Side tonight, doing good with Share Charlotte. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and you heard this statistic. A woman has a 1 in 8 chance of developing a form of this disease in her lifetime. Another, less talked about number. Breast cancer accounts for 1 in 3 all new female cancers every year. Survival rates are going up, and that's the good news. In fact, there is an army of survivors out there, 4 million strong and growing. But sadly, we also know some fights do come to an end. Well, that is Jen Pagani. Back in 2011, 4 years earlier in 2007, she was diagnosed with an aggressive form of breast cancer. She fought like crazy for 7 years before passing in 2014. During her battle, she worked to help others and make a difference. Shortly after her diagnosis, she started a nonprofit called Go Jen Go. The mission, to provide financial assistance to help local families battling breast cancer. Why is that important? I want you to take a look at this. Between 20 and 30% of women diagnosed with breast cancer lose their job. It comes at a time when expenses tied to their diagnosis rise by up to $2,600 per month. Jamie recently sat down with Go Jen Go's Executive Director, Susan Everett, and Board Vice President, Shawan Dai Kulik.
She started the foundation while going through treatment. She recognized other patients in the infusion room didn't have the sort of outpouring of support that she had. People came out of the woodwork to fill the meal train for the entire year, and then we're asking, what else can we do?
What does that say, right, for someone who's going through the battle of her life, to be thinking of others?
It's incredible, so personal, so impactful. It's something that, you know, it's such an example to us all.
Do you feel, I don't know if pressure is probably not the right word, but to keep her legacy, right, and what she started going, how do you guys handle all of that?
I feel that I am here on her behalf. And every decision that I make and that our board of directors makes is based on what Jen would have wholeheartedly done if she were here to make that decision. And so I really just feel like I pull a lot of strength from her and you know, really try to lead in a manner that would be acceptable to the boss lady.
But you look at the numbers, I mean, I'm blown away. We're $35,000 a month that you're giving to local families. When you know that that kind of impact is happening, I mean, what does that mean to you?
It gives me the chills as we sit here. Honestly, we had been supporting 2 families when Jen was alive, and now it is 111 families for the month of September.
I mean, there's lots of great national organizations doing terrific work, but to know that the money is impacting local families, what does that mean to you?
I love that because it is, you know, when we try to fundraise and talk about Go Jen Go, it's like people, it's our neighbors, it's people around us. You know, we know a young woman, and that's crazy that we're talking about younger and younger women, but we know a young woman from another networking event we belong to that's just 30 years old, and we've loved her, we've known her, and then suddenly we find this out, and it's just like such an incredible thing to be able to help that person.
How do you handle that when you hear those numbers, right? 1 in 8 and younger?
Being able to see our grantees in person really fills my cup, and being able to have that one-on-one time with them helps me realize this is why you're doing this. And so just knowing that we're helping people little by little. I wish I could write a big check and take away everything that they're dealing with, but you know, one thing that I've heard from different grantees is that we are the only foundation that answered their call for help.
Can you put into words how this one woman started this little grassroots organization and to build it up to what it is today? How do you describe that to people? It's incredible, really.
It's mind-blowing to me, to some of her dear friends that have sat on our board of directors. I asked them once, like, what do you think Jen would think about where we are right now? And they were speechless.
Anytime that I'm like, how do I work this other event into my schedule and stuff, and you're like, you know, Jen would do it. She would totally do it.